could now declare themselves the king of the mountain.
There has never been a battlefront. There has never been, there is no battlefront, there will be no battlefront. And why am I telling you this? It is because in all these narratives, there's only one who is riding on the crest of a nationalist agenda, and that is President William Ruto, who is all over the country, discussing the national narrative and how to ensure that, development reaches all corners, how to ensure that we have an inclusive government, how to ensure that no part of the country and no demographic group is left behind. When you listen to Gachagua, he's always trying to set his tribe against other tribes. He will never lose a chance in all the narratives of not mentioning the Luo community, trying to revive the historical ethnic tension between the Luo community, and he's doing it basically to mobilize and to radicalize his community. So Gachagua ends up struggling. He's at the defensive level, struggling to make Mount Kenya an enclave. When you listen to what is it called, the Wiper leader, Kalonzo Musyoka, his narrative now is lecturing MCAs in Kitui for engaging with the presidency. According to him, Ukambani should be an enclave. When you go to Nyamira, and I'm very deliberate about naming Nyamira and not Guziland, then Matiang'i is also trying to be, and is being made a village elder in Nyamira, so that he can control his village in the small Nyamira. The by-elections that we went through demonstrated very clearly that the leader who heads the movement that controls the political machine across the country is President William Ruto. Won the first round of by-elections, won the second round of by-elections. These other ones escaped with one or two MCA positions here and there. True. And so what am I trying to tell you? There has been a lot of noise before these by-elections, but every time at the end of every by-election, it is proven that the broad-based government has control of the entire country.
Because the president yesterday was drawn to a supremacy battle. He declared that he is able to take himself to the mountain and he has his own access. He does not need. In fact, I think the only comparison is with that song by Gen Z's that Tuitishi Ruhusa Kugusa, I can bring myself to the mountain. What if he loses this by-election? What if UDA loses this by-election? What would it mean for the president?
One, it was important that the president emphasize the fact that no one gives permission for him to go anywhere. He is the president, okay? And so somebody cannot come to an event where he is and pretend to be, directing a crowd that had already welcomed the president, that I direct you not to do this, okay? You should see, the response that the president received from the crowd. It is interesting that my sister would say at one point that Gachagua was in control of that crowd. At another point, she said that was not Gachagua's crowd.
That's
it is interesting. Now, my point is that just like all the other by-elections, save for an MCA seat here and an MCA seat there, all the MP and senator positions have been won by the broad-based government.
Okay.
The broad-based candidate will win that seat.
Yes. For DCP or any other party from the United Opposition losing this by-election in Ol Kalou, and I know I'm intentionally talking about the by-election because they've talked about it themselves.
But you're allowing a lot of unfactual things to go.
After the statements made yesterday,
yeah.
Gloria,